been a grueling 2 weeks of testimony in the capital murder trial of James Staley, who's accused in the death of 2-year-old Wilder McDaniel in his home in October 2018.
Curtis Jackson and our digital reporter Josh Hargard have been sitting in on this trial since the very beginning as people anxiously await the conclusion. He has more now from the Tim Curry Criminal Justice Center in Fort Worth. And Curtis, we're close now.
Yeah, that's right. After 9 days of the prosecution and defense calling witnesses in hopes to prove whether or not Staley was indeed responsible for the death of Wilder, including some very emotional testimony from Wilder's mother and Staley's then girlfriend, Amber. Also friends of Staley as well as family members. Now, after both sides have rested, come next week, and families may finally receive justice for Wilder. Until then, here's what you may have missed during week 2 of testimony, starting with day 6. On Monday, Amber McDaniel, formerly known as Amber Odom, Wilder's mother, was called to the stand, in which she became very emotional, reliving that tragic day that she discovered her son's lifeless body on the floor below his crib. Now, McDaniel says after giving Wilder a bath on October 10th of 2018, she put him to bed and says her and Staley decided to go swimming. She says an argument ensued, causing Staley to get out of the pool and go inside. McDaniel says she remained in the pool and finished a bottle of wine before going inside and going to bed early because she had nursing school in the morning. It was that next morning she says she woke up and couldn't find her phone, and that's when she made the discovery of her son. Now, in cross-examination, the defense brought up McDaniel's prior career as a dispatcher and speculated she could have ties with local law enforcement that the defense believes planted a seed in McDaniel's head after finding blood in Wilder's crib, leading McDaniel to believe that Staley could be responsible. On day 7, the forensic pathologist who found Wilder's cause of death highly suspicious of homicide, while official cause remains undetermined. Dr. Stephen Hastings took the stand, stating that during the autopsy, he found roughly 8 abrasions on Wilder's lips, along with several areas where petechiae, or round spots on the skin that are resulted from bleeding, on his eyelids, neck, ears, among other places, and says he believes could be from being suffocated or from asphyxiation. Now, in cross-examination, the defense asked Dr. Hastings how many times the district attorney's office has contacted him with new information before the trial, in which he replied 3, leading the defense to believe his homicide opinion could have been influenced by the DA's office. He says it's his own medical opinion that Wilder was murdered. Now, moving on to day 8, as crime scene reconstructionist Dr. Tom Bevel was called by the state and grilled by the defense for several grammatical errors, as well as portions of his report that seemed to be overlooked during peer review, leading Daniel to question if Bevel has looked at all of the evidence and information provided about this case. Bevel claims there are no consistent injuries on Wilder that would suggest he fell out of his crib or was injured in his crib and climbed out, then died. He, too, believes Wilder's death was caused intentionally. And the final day of testimony, day 9, which includes witnesses called by the defense, who called just 5 witnesses, including a paramedic who responded to the scene the morning 2-year-old Wilder McDaniel was discovered dead, as well as one of Staley's friends of roughly 10 years. Child abuse expert Dr. Suzanne Dakel finished testifying for the state before the defense called its first witness, AMR paramedic Nathan Scott, who testified when he arrived on scene. He met Amber, Wilder's mother, in the driveway, and she was holding Wilder's body in her arms before taking him back inside. He says Amber was reluctant to hand Wilder off and didn't release him until about 5 or 10 minutes after asking, which he says he understands because any grieving parent would act that way. He also mentioned Staley never consoled Amber and stayed in the hallway pretty much the whole time paramedics were there. Now, after Nathan's short testimony, Staley's friend of 10 years, Jason Odom, who has no relation to Amber McDaniel, took the stand, saying he was actually on the phone with Staley in the early morning hours that day, October 11th, 2018, and says he could hear a female voice with Staley and claims Staley jokingly said, "I'm on the phone with your brother," in which Odom jokingly replied back, "I'm not her brother, I'm her ex-husband," because they share the same last name. Now, Odom says he remembers the phone call being very lengthy, but when cross-examined by the state, it was discovered after Odom turned his phone in to police That phone call only lasted 8 minutes. Now, closing arguments are set to begin on Monday here at the Tim Curry Criminal Justice Center in Fort Worth. Now, the charge has been read, so both the state and defense will plead their case one more time in hopes to sway jurors in their direction. Now, also, our digital reporter Josh Hoggard will be live blogging the trial play-by-play, keeping you up to date with the latest developments as they're happening. So make sure to hop on over to Texomashomepage.com.
Okay, Curtis, thank you very much for a wrap-up of week 2.